how to be more positive and happy all the time. Some people will say it's impossible because the rain will come. Well, there's a big difference between having the rain and sitting outside and being a soggy mess and having the rain and knowing that there is going to be a rainbow. I have experimented with a lot of different techniques over my lifetime, and through my work as a coach and psychotherapist, I have helped people around the world learn how to be more positive and happy all the time, no matter what's going on in their life. Today, I am sharing with you my top piece of advice, my key activity that helps me to achieve this, whether I'm going through a tough time, if I'm weathering the storm, or whether it's just the perfect day. If you would like to be more positive and happier all the time, stick around because I am telling you the key.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
We all have those days that get us down. We have those moments that we don't really understand how we're going to be able to increase our mindset. We don't know how we're going to be able to improve our vibe because the moment just stinks, right? I have them, you have them, everybody has them. But what separates those who can overcome it quickly or turn it around to their advantage from the people who allow themselves to swim in that pool of self-pity and yuck? Mindset. Mindset is everything. Now, I'm always asking you to type things into the comments or write things down in your notes. What I want you to do right now is go into the comments of this video and type in mindset is everything, because it really is. Typing it in helps to increase your learning because you're learning it once, you're hearing it from me once or twice, maybe 3 times. Mindset is everything. There was number 3. And then you're also teaching it to yourself as you're writing that down, as you're typing it in. You're also helping to teach others because they're going to go down, they're going to see that comment, and every single time somebody sees something, it helps them to relearn it again. So go in, type that in, mindset is everything. Mindset is key to this, but not just mindset. A lot of people will say, well, if you want to be more positive and happier all the time, just think about positive things. Easier said than done, right? Because when you're in a moment that is in the middle of the storm, it sucks. It's almost impossible to go straight from that moment of suck to a moment of whee, elation. So that really seems trite and small when people are like, oh, just focus on the positive. Easy for them to say, right? Easy for me to say. That would be a cheap piece of advice that somebody would pass along. There's a tool, if you check out the video description, our emotional progression scale, and thousands of people around the world have downloaded this. It's a printable for you that can help you identify the next best feeling, the next best emotion for you so that you can increase your vibe when you're in one of those moments of suck, but it makes it more realistic instead of just focusing on the positive and thinking that that's going to make you, as happy as you'd be after, winning the lottery or something is kind of silly, but it is a stair step and that will help you. So make sure that you get that tool, but that's not what I'm sharing with you today. That's not the key, the thing that I literally carry around with me all the time that helps me hold this smile on my face and have the happiness of hope and joy in my heart at all times. Now, also in the comments is a link to the specific journal that I use. This is it. It's plastic. I do not make this. I have no stock in the company. People like to know what journal I use. And so I provide that link for you. So if you'd like to get the same one, then you may. It's plastic, so I can toss it in my bag, can't get hurt. I can spill coffee on it, no problem. And it has all these tabs and it has refillable pages. So, because it has binder rings on it. So I really, really like this journal. And the reason that I have it is because I actually have 6 journals. And I don't want to carry 6 journals around with me. So the sections of my journal are defined on these different tabs. And I'm going to talk about one of the sections today. If you're interested in knowing about others, check out the video description here because there's a blog where I've written about each one of the sections and how to utilize them. So you can go to that blog and read more about that. And that blog talks about 5 sections. There's actually 5 journal sections, and then there's a section for notes. So that's the 6th. Okay, But the section that we're talking about today is called Success and Celebration. So in your notes or in the comments, type in, I need to celebrate my own successes. I need to celebrate my own successes. Type that in, write that down because it's true. Now, here's the problem. Many people, when they are thinking about what a success is, they're not looking at the little things around in their daily life. They're waiting for the huge things. They're waiting for that big sale to come in. They're waiting for, the lottery win. That's the problem. Shift your mindset. Here's what I want you to write down. Every positive in my life is a success. Type that into the comments. Every positive in my life is a success. My Success and Celebration Journal has so many different things in it. Compliments from friends, the fact that an old friend reached out to me and I hadn't heard from her in a long time and she had just crossed my mind recently. That is a success to be celebrated. It means that I'm loved. New clients who find me, who I can help, that's a success to be celebrated. It means that the gifts that I have to give to the world are valued. It means that I get to live out my higher purpose. And it's very important to write these things down. When you are finding the little celebrations throughout your day, throughout your moments, when your child gives you a hug and says thanks to you, when anyone compliments you in any way, when anything positive happens, when you're writing these little things down, what you're doing is exactly what I just described to you a little while ago. The reason that I want you to type things into the comments, the reason that I want you to write things down in your notes. It reinforces it for you. It reinforces everything. I'll tell you a quick story. One time my refrigerator had broken and the repairman was coming, and what was happening was the fan in the back of the refrigerator that circulates the cold air had broken. The cooling mechanism was still happening, but it was causing the freezer to overfreeze and the refrigerator wasn't getting the cold air pumped up into it. Big problem. What that means is your freezer, everything gets spoiled, and your fridge, everything gets spoiled. So the repairman came, and those things can be rather pricey. A good investment to repair this large piece of equipment, but again, rather pricey. And usually when repairs like that happen, they're not within your budget. They're not within what you have foreseen to happen because it's usually some sort of an extenuating circumstance. So anyway, the repairman comes to my house and, I'm expecting this to be anywhere from a $200 to $500 repair. And when he got in there, repaired it, fixed everything, and when it came, when he pulled the refrigerator out, I noticed that there was some dirt and stuff underneath the refrigerator. I said, let me clean that up. In the middle of all the dirt was the most beautiful, shiny, clean quarter, 25 cents. Not a lot, right? I was elated. I was so happy. And I picked it up and I said, well, this is amazing. The universe is just throwing money at me. And look how clean this quarter is. It's in the middle of all that muck. How is it so clean? It looks like it had just been minted. And he kind of laughed at me. He said, I've never seen anybody get so excited about a quarter. And I said, it's not the quarter, it's the abundance. I said, this could be $25,000 and I'd be just as excited as I am right now with 25 cents. It's the symbol of it. It's the fact that the universe is sending me a signal that abundance is literally everywhere I look, even underneath my refrigerator. But it gets better. So a few moments later, we cleaned underneath the floor, he fixed the refrigerator, pushed the refrigerator back. And then he looked very confused. I went to get my checkbook so I could, write a check for the repair. He looked very confused and he said, you don't have a warranty on this, do you? And I said, I believe that the warranty had run out. And he said, well, this is interesting. The company has granted you a 1-day warranty. So not only is there no charge for my visit, there's no charge for this entire repair, and this repair was going to be $600. I said, see, the universe is just throwing money at me. The universe loves me. I love money. Money loves me. It just comes into my path. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story, that day I looked at it as I made $600.25. The universe just gave me that abundance. I wrote that down separately, 2 separate entries in my success journal. And I'm not saying you have to sit down and journal for hours and hours and hours, but I wrote those 2 things down as 2 different bullet points in my journal. And then I celebrated them later, literally celebrated them later. My husband and I toasted to the abundance in our life later that day. The reason that this is so important is because when you are looking for the abundance in your life, whether you want relationship success or financial success or everything, I'll take all of it. Please, thank you very much. I will accept all of it. It's important to recognize the little successes along the way and then take that moment, just a moment, to celebrate them. We had a little toast, just a little toast, 2 minutes out of our lives. But when you are programming your brain to constantly look for those successes and then celebrate them, what you are doing energetically is you're sending out the message to the universe that you appreciate what is coming toward you. So even when you're in the middle of a storm, even when you're in the middle of just a crap time, you can still see these little signs. When you're in the middle of a trial, you're looking for the lesson because you know that that's a blessing. You know that that's a gift. You know that that's the abundance that is built in there. I hope that this video has been of help to you. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Subscribe to this channel so that you will know the next time that we drop a video to help you live a life with more success and lower stress.